Hello everybody, Smith here. Welcome back to some more City Skylines and welcome back to our little city of Anvíl. Last time we were building this little suburb, this little suburban industrial area. I sort of had this planned for a while. I mean, I had my main plan, which was for this 3x2 area of the map tiles, but from a fairly early on point in this game, I did have a plan to build an industrial area out here, which would hopefully take traffic away from here. People would take stuff up here by rail, and it would come out here and be exported this way on the road, if that's where the stuff needed to be exported. Before we get cracking with this, though, I just noticed something, as I tend to do when I'm about to record these videos. Noticed something horrifically wrong with the city, although this time it's not actually my fault, which kind of makes a refreshing change. Here we've got a little bit of a jam on this interchange, so we are going to go and turn part of this down to a 2-lane, which the game's lane mathematics should then sort itself out with, but just to make sure, we are going to go and get traffic manager. I don't know why it wasn't letting me click there, and make sure we have exclusive lanes for both coming on and off of this little ramp here. Why did I turn that off? I just want to turn that on again. One there, one there, one there, and everything's good. And that's starting to move a bit more. Do I want to do the same over here? Yeah, why not? Let's do the same thing there. And I don't imagine there's going to be much... Well, there isn't much traffic at the moment coming up this way, and I can't imagine there's going to be a huge amount in the future, but just in case, we might just want to make sure all the traffic here is going to behave itself. Lovely, lovely stuff. So we got ourselves the basics of our little generic industry area here. We needed another generic industry area because we weren't really creating enough stuff for our own city, and hence we were having to import stuff, and that involved getting this cargo hub, which also helps us export stuff, which led to this enormous cargo traffic jam. Yeah, I did go and double check that the mod I installed, which should help minimize the number of trains spawned, is working, but at the moment it's just it is just carnage. It is just carnage. I'm just gonna, out of sight, out of mind. I am just gonna bury my head in the sand and completely ignore that. So here we've got some stuff to do. What are we gonna do first? Well, there's some stuff here, some terrain that needs sorting out, because some of these roads are not up to standard, to put it lightly. And also, I think the railway track could do with a little bit of a tweak as well. But mainly, we've got to start putting some roads down. We've got to start sorting out where we want our roads in here, and then we can start building out this suburb. There's a lot to do, so I think I'm just going to get that all done in one large chunk. Wow, that was a long one. But I think we've got the start of something here. I didn't really plan to do it out in that much detail, but once I got going, I decided I'd carry on. I mean, there's still more to do. We haven't sorted out paths, things like that. Up here, now this was quite interesting. What I decided I was going to do for this little suburb, because we'll do our usual thing of carrying some commercial along the main road there, but there's never enough space for some commercial, so I'm going to do a little extra block here of commercial, and I wanted that to have some extra padding around it, just to make sure the noise doesn't transfer to the surrounding residential district. So we've got these two parks with trees, which should also help with the whole parks and leisure situation, and this little strip here, which I'm just going to do a path down the middle of and tree up, just make it look nice, make it look like a bit of a feature. So I suppose our first job is to actually get going with that and start getting a little bit of commercial in. Just those two there and that one there, like that. Yeah, some of these are curved, some of these aren't, so I'm going to have to sort of mix and match how I zone these in. Could have done both of those at the same time, couldn't I? Like that. And I think we can just fill in the rest sort of with the filler tool. And complementary to that, we are going to have our first lot of residential also going down the middle of there. And I suppose I should do the other side as well. We are going to want some basic services in here. Of course, this is going to be pretty far out of the way. Where is this going to be? Where's going to be best for this? I mean, single elementary school isn't going to cover much, actually, but there we go. So that's sort of up. We've got these kind of little tendrils poking out. I will be doing some more with those a little bit later, but I just got to the point where I thought, I've done enough to be getting on with. So if we say, right, I reckon that does put it in our commercial zone area. Maybe if we bring it over here a bit. This is going to be awkward, isn't it? This is just going to prove to be very awkward. You just stick something in there. It's not too far away from where I had envisaged, and probably a high school as well. Where do we want you? Should we just take you out a bit further in this direction? Yeah, and we'll want a little medical clinic, because these people, it's gonna be a long way to the nearest healthcare otherwise. Here I think I will stick that in that little commercial zone. Just blocks off a 4x4 square. That's not going to be horrendous. It does look like it's well over that side at the moment, but as we start to sort of build out this bit particularly, it's going to be well over that side, isn't it? I think it kind of makes sense to put it there, though. And we are going to want some electricity coming in here. So just as a little stopgap measure, take something in there like that and hook it up like that. And hopefully, as this develops, that will all hook up. Everything will be fine. Yeah, lovely. So while we're waiting for that to develop, I'm just going to go just see if there's anything that needs tidying up for the time being. I don't think there is. Hopefully should absorb a huge chunk of our residential and commercial demand. Yeah, that's going to be complaining for a little while, at least until the development gets around there. While we're waiting for that, actually, plenty of industrial demand. I am going to go here. We need to kind of start bringing, roads out to Do I want it that close? Maybe not that close. I was thinking we could get away with bringing it that close, because obviously dirty industry, well, generic industry doesn't care about noise pollution, but I'm just wondering if it'll look a little, you know, with the ground pollution that close to the highway. Let's bring another one out. About sodding road guidelines, and between the two, I just think, oh, wants to make it curvy. We'll just take a road out the middle like that. And over here we will do something similar. And we will want road. Let's not try and pack it in too tightly. That can be a recipe for disaster. I'm just going to bring these roads out a little bit more. Give me a little bit more to play with as I'm actually trying to work out where exactly I want these to go. Right. And then we'll just trim you off. One of the reasons I wanted to do that was to stop it developing too far before we had to demolish them to put those side roads back in. I'm not gonna develop up those side roads just for the moment. We're just gonna leave them as they are. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. People moving in. It's all looking good. Yep, that's it. Electricity has reached that park now. We're going to have to start to think about paths as well, aren't we? Because I normally like to do a little bit of a path network, make sure people can get about without having to take ridiculous shortcuts. Fun though the ridiculous shortcuts can be. You're not going to let me... No, you really are not going to let me do that. Let's get you out to here. Turn everything off. Alternatively, just build a second path off like that. Have you coming along there. And that doesn't destroy any zoning squares. This one will, though. Not too fussed about that. Anything else? Yeah, we're going to need some more stuff in here, aren't we? Out like that. Out there like that. Bring you in there. Bring you in. That's too short. Damn you. These paths can really be a pain in the ass. I'm just going to get rid of a zoning square there. Have you out to there. Actually, we could get going with a little bit of a network here, actually. Did I just say actually twice? Ugh. It's high quality content here, folks. And let's bring it all the way. Along there. And we can just have little roads, because this is sort of like the main shortcut that we need to do. Bring it across there. Yeah. Getting from this little bit over to there. More stuff here. I'm not going to do anything too fancy. Probably just take off that last row of zoning squares there, so people can get through there. Path path up there and into there. Just as I've done with previous path networks, just making sure that people don't have to walk too far. Sorry, cutting down on the length of the walking routes, which hopefully will mean more people will walk rather than drive. Take cars off the road, and yeah, I'm gonna want path across there, path up to there, bring you up here, plug you into there, and then I think just one straight down like that. Yeah. And of course something to plug this into. I could have done this in sped up footage as well, but I think we've spent enough of this video just doing that. Also, I just wanted to sort of like sit back, give the suburb a little bit of time to develop. Just a nice relaxing interlude where we just fill in some paths. You're going to be a pain in the backside, aren't you? Well, let's just... Ooh, can we do this without destroying excessive amounts of zoning squares? We can. Follow you up to there. Bring you across to there. Damn it. Okay. In there. In there. That's just going to cut off a couple of zoning squares. I think that's looking alright. I might want to take one across here, because otherwise that is looking a bit weird. But yeah, just making sure there's... nowhere where people have to travel an unnecessarily long distance. Well, none of the pedestrians have to travel an unnecessarily long distance to get to where they want to go. Oh, you're going to be a pain in the backside, aren't you? Bring you in there. Does that have enough space? That does have enough space, and then that has enough space there. I think that's good. Oh my word, that's... yeah. That is developing very, very nicely. In fact, no. Not all of the zones. Academic year reports, blah, 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 blah. We're not really paying much attention, if I can speak properly, much attention to our university at the moment. Let's get some of this residential zoned in down here. Residential demand isn't that high, actually. Why did I zone residential here, in fact? Because that's going to be part of... that's going to be part of the commercial zone I spent a while explaining earlier. So, you know, well done me there. Let's just zone a few of these areas in down here. Just to get us started with some more of this stuff. Before we go too much further, we are going to want more parks and leisure, small playground. No, I like the spot I found for it originally. Something there. Something there. And a couple of dog parks. That looks like a good spot. And we'll put something similar there. Oh, that's crying out for something as well now. Another small playground. Let's just see what that does. Okay, yeah, that's affecting that quite nicely. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, we'll need some more stuff in here. Maybe actually we can just stick like a plaza. Yeah, it seems to have done a job there. Let's see if we can get like another one in here. Just because there's not really much you can put on the end of these, and you risk sort of like not having a very high rating for the parks and leisure. like for right at the end of these roads. What did I say? To say there's not much you can do there. There's plenty you can do there, but it's oh, what are you saying, Smith? Shut up. Anyway, everything's moving forward nicely. That's the gist of what I was trying to say. Those don't have electricity. I'm not that fussed about that for the moment. Commercial demand. We've got commercial demand, but no. Yeah, I've got to sort of balance sort of the demands here, really, because I mean I could just satisfy the entire city's commercial demand here, but that would, I think, would just unbalance this suburb. I think we need to just concentrate on finding more ways to cram more commercial in over here. But I think I like that. I like that. Not enough workers. That should pick up as the population picks up, but things are looking good. Oh, that's what I forgot to do, isn't it? That is what I forgot to do. I did, right at the start of the episode, I made sure one of the junctions in our city did the whole lane mathematics thing. I haven't done it to the junction I've just built. So that was really, really clever of me. But get it sorted now. Make sure everything's moving freely, especially as this is the junction where everything coming into this train station will be exporting goods through. That looks a little weird. We'll fix that in a second. Let's just go get these junctions sorted. And over to our little friend, move it. That looks better, sort of. Can we move across a bit? Can we flatten the curve? Okay, I think that's looking a little better. I think that's about as good as we're going to be able to do. Okay. I'm happy with this. I'm very pleased with how this has gone. And yeah, we will gradually fill this in. For the moment, that's kind of sated our commercial and residential demands. In the meantime, I am going to bring some more oil industry out here, because I do think we want to develop that a little bit more. And I'm going to start filling in some of this as well in our generic industrial area. Thinking about it, I'm probably going to want to have some side roads coming out here. We may as well look at how we can do that now before this gets too advanced. Let's bring something out there like that. All those on to there. Bring you in like that. Should we do something similar out here? Actually, we're going to start curving from the start. Hopefully get us pack things in a little bit better. What was that power line I just demolished doing? I don't think it was doing anything. So not to worry there. I think that was one of the temporary ones. One of the many temporary ones you place when you're playing this damn game. And I think we'll have road out there like that. Oh, that would come across pretty nicely, actually. Maybe take you around a tiny little bit. Yeah, okay, I think that's what we're going to have coming off of the main road for the moment, which is kind of what I was looking to sort, because it means we can do stuff along the main road without worrying about whether or not it's going to be demolished. Although it shouldn't matter too much because this specialised industry is only one level, so it will stay the same level regardless. We don't need to worry about it developing and levelling up. Let's actually just fill in the rest of these bits here. I don't like this little space we've got in the middle there, but I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I'm just going to fill all that in. And then all our demands are sated. We do have this worker shortage, which is slightly worrying. But hopefully, as more people move in, that should all sort itself out. Okay. I've got to do a lot of editing down of this video. I have no idea what the runtime of this is going to be by the time I edit it down. But I feel that we've probably done enough, and I feel like we've come to something of a natural break point. So we are just going to leave it there. Looking, you're not going to be hooked up to the electricity any point soon, are you? Yeah. How are we doing with the population? 73,614, and we've come a long way towards getting this suburb to some semblance of completion. Yeah. So this is one of the handful of things I wanted to do before we considered this city finished. So there's a few more, and then, oh god, worker shortages. And I've just placed a whole bunch more industry in, haven't I? Although I think both all the stuff I've just done is Industry 4.0, so it shouldn't be. I'm assuming this is lack of low educated workers. Yeah, I think it is. So I don't think they're competing from the same employment pools. Anyway, that's me. I've been rabbiting on for long enough, so yeah. Plenty to do in the next episode, but until then, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.